Hello and welcome to another video on Rochdale Inside Out, and we're going to be looking at another test route today. So without further ado, let's get going. On this test route, we're going to be looking at what causes people to fail, giving you all the advice, tips and help that you need to get you through this in one piece. So here we go. Now, if you're doing this test route, you may be asked to follow signs towards Huddersfield. So you might not be following a sat-nav, you might just simply following signs. So it's going straight ahead at this roundabout, and we'll be looking out for the Huddersfield signs. Please feel free to scan with me on this one. So even though this is a 30-mile-per-hour road, we want to keep it a little bit slow just because of the sharp bend and the junctions there. So Huddersfield on the top of that sign is showing a straight ahead arrow. So we're going to be going straight ahead of these lights. Many people mistaken this road for being a 40 road. This is a 30 road. And we're going straight ahead of the roundabout. Second exit. So this road is 30. Don't forget that, guys. It is 30. As soon as we enter this road here, we can now see the speed limit has changed to 40. It's quite common for cars to be overtaking you on this road, so don't be surprised if they do. As long as you're doing what you should be doing, there should be nothing to worry about. Huddersfield straight ahead. We're going to continue going that way. There we go. And left signal on just there, just after I pass the first exit. And that will help these cars that are coming down to see that we're coming off. This makes things a lot more clear for them. And again, just reducing my speed as I approach to a nice, comfortable, controlled speed that will allow me to go around the roundabout, and also to make sure that no one's coming from my right, and time my signal perfectly. And there we go. And then as soon as we come off, we can start to accelerate and get our speed back up and carrying on with this route. So from here, we're going to follow signs for Milnrow. Now, you could also be asked to follow sat-nav, so don't always think you're following signs. It may be a sat-nav as well. This route is one of the most difficult ones, and one of the reasons is this roundabout right here. Many people fail on this roundabout because the cars coming from the right sometimes appear like they're coming off from the first exit when they're actually not. Even these cars here, they're in the far lane, but I can only go when both lanes are clear. Because then you got people like that van who just come off the roundabout and want to use that left lane. And if you're passing on the side of them, you might cause a bit of a problem there. We've got another roundabout here, quite hidden away, so guys, do look out for them signs right there, the blue and white sign and the black and white arrows, which clearly show that there's a roundabout there, often missed. So right, guys, we're going to continue following signs to Milnrow. Here we go. We're going left first exit. This traffic light here is controlling the roundabout, so don't feel like you don't feel like when it's a green light you still have to stop and check your right side. You don't. So when our lights go green, we'll carry on. We'll proceed as long as it's safe to proceed, and that basically means that there's no emergency vehicles coming through there or anything else coming through there by that means. But that roundabout is controlled by traffic lights. So here we go, we're on a 40-mile-per-hour road. The 40 seems to have carried on. You can see I'm driving pretty late on, and the reason I do these videos late is so that the roads are a little bit quiet. You can see the road and the markings much more clearly. Otherwise there'll be cars or parked all over the lanes, and I can't really tell you about the lanes if they're completely covered. From here we're going to follow signs through Rochdale. Now I'm just going to move straight into the left lane because it is one lane splitting into two, so I can just go straight into that left lane. I'm the leading vehicle, so any cars behind can see that I've gone into the left lane early. Now if you have gone into the right lane by accident, you will need to do a lane change, but make sure you do it safely. Don't swerve into the left lane. So you have two options. You can either change lanes safely, or you can just turn right at the lights and go the wrong way. That is also an option. But you must keep it safe, and that's what the priority should be. So it has rained here in Rochdale just earlier. It was absolutely pouring down. And if you got your test in Rochdale, you must expect rain. You must know how to use the wipers in the car. You must be used to seeing roads with faded markings. When the roads are wet, they're pretty harder to see. So Rochdale is a quite wet town, so be prepared for the rain. It's good job the markings are clear. Now these have been marked pretty recently, so the markings are fairly clear. So even in the rain, you can actually see what's what. Now the last sign that we saw said Rochdale straight ahead. There's no more Rochdale signs on these signs here, so we're just going to continue straight ahead. Just got a little bike lane here on the left, just on the side of me here. So when you're doing this test route, the most important thing is that you do control your speed, especially on these steep downhills. Always be ready that the lights could change. Anticipate what you think the lights might do next. So far we've only done the Kingsway roundabouts, and that's done. Now we're doing the rest of the route now, so I'll continue to give you guys some tips and help on what you should be doing and what to watch out for. This test route is amongst one of the most difficult ones. It is difficult compared to some of the other routes that we'll be covering later on. And that's because the amount of junctions that you have to deal with, pretty much all of them, all the different types, shapes and sizes. This road is 30 miles per hour. You've got to watch out for the cars that are always parked here on the left. Check your mirrors early and start positioning early as well. So guys, if you have any questions, anything you're not sure about, do leave it in the comment section below, and let us know what you think. If you got this route on your test, share your experience. Tell us how you found it. What did you do to prepare for your test, and how did you manage to get through this route? What things did you do? Tell us. Alright guys, so here we go. This would normally be the end of independent driving on this route here, because the examiner will take over and start giving you directions. So I would like to take the next road on the left, which is what most likely they could say here. This road here, guys, is a very narrow road. We really can't see what's in it. So I'm going to bring my speed down to about roughly 10 miles per hour, or maybe even 8 miles per hour, just to do that turn safely. Now you may need to do it less than that, This area here is quite common for doing parallel parking as well. So your examiner may ask you to pull up on this road and carry out the parallel parking. We're turning left again, another narrow road. We can't see in the road, so we're just going to do this nice and steady. And you can see there, cars pulling out, kids on the bikes. So do expect worst case scenario there. So we're going to be turning left at the end of this road here. Okay. Get quite a lot of people crossing the road over here, so do watch out for that. At the end of this road, we're going to be turning left at the end of this road. And remember, guys, if you don't know, don't go. Okay? Don't rush out this junction if you think you're going to cause someone to slow down, stop, or swerve. If you pulling out causes somebody to stop, slow down, or swerve, then you could be failing your driving test doing that. So make sure it is safe for you to pull out. And don't rush. Doing your test faster does not get you any extra points, or it doesn't make you closer to passing. So we're going to be turning right at the traffic lights now, guys. So we're going to be turning right. So guess what I'm about to do? What routine I'm about to carry out? You've guessed it, the MSPSL routine. That stands for mirror, signal, position, speed, and look. Now, when your examiner is giving you these directions, they will be watching your MSPSL routine and making sure that you're carrying it out the way it should be carried out. So we've got a right turn at a traffic light now, guys. So if you do know your right turns at traffic lights well, and you know what you should be looking out for and what you're doing, this should be pretty straightforward. The green arrow's just gone off, so let's see what's happening here. Okay, so I've given him a chance to go. I was anticipating him to move off by the time I got to the middle, which he did. So I'm glad I made the decision to stop there rather than just thinking, oh well, I'll just go. If you want to know more about right turns at traffic lights, there will be a separate video coming up on how to do right turns at traffic lights safely. So do, guys, subscribe, like, and share this video. Do comment as well. Tell us what you think, whether you like it or dislike it. All feedback is good feedback. We're going to be taking left now, guys. We're turning left. Let's see if you guys can spot the signs or the markings as we turn in. What's the speed limit of this road that I'm going on to? Anyone spotted it? Well, it's 20 miles per hour. Don't worry if you didn't spot it. There's another sign coming up on my left here. You can see it there, which is reminding us that it's a 20 road. Many people fail their test right here for doing 30 miles per hour when it's actually a 20 road and they should be doing 20. Here we go, right round this bend. And we've gone the Drake Street, the famous tram lines on Drake Street Road. And if you're coming up here, be careful, guys. We're almost coming to a area where most commonly people fail on this particular test route. So we're going to call this test route 2 because we'll just name them in the order in which they're being uploaded. I should refer to this test route as KND. And the reason why is because they're the 3 areas that you will drive through. So Kingsway, Newbold, Deeplish. I normally call it KND. I'll probably upload it as KND, but otherwise you can remember it as test route 2. Now you can see here, guys, I'm in the right lane. The left lane does appear to open up now, but I can't just swerve over to the left. You must make sure you move over safely. Now wait for the examiner to say turn left at the lights, and then check your mirrors, signal, and move over safely. Don't just swerve into that left lane, and many people fail the test for just swerving over without any care at all. Now as you go around this bend, you'll notice some giveaway lines on the floor. You can see them right there, and you must glance to your right and be prepared to stop in case somebody's coming. Guys, many people fail there because they don't notice the giveaway lines. They actually don't notice that they have to give way to cars that could be coming from their right there. So please go over that. Watch that again if you need to. Rewind it, check it out. There are giveaway lines there. It is clear when you notice it, but when you're not looking out for anything, you're not going to notice it. We're just going to turn right here. The 20 sign starts now, so this road is 20 miles per hour. We're going to go left at the traffic lights now. Now, if you're coming here during the daytime, guys, remember there will be people crossing the road, sometimes walking right in front of you, so do watch out for that. Watch out for taxis pulling out here, buses also. Quite busy area because you're outside the train station. Okay, we're going to go left at the mini roundabout, taking the first exit. Quite busy roundabout, this one. If you're aware of this roundabout, you'll know that this is a very busy roundabout, especially during the day and late afternoons. We're going to turn left and then your immediate right, and we're coming to another place where most commonly people fail. Now let's explain why. So here, as you come round, you got cars parked on the left, very narrow. Make sure you don't get too close to the parked cars. Quite common, people fail here for doing that. And then we're going to turn right. And now we've got meeting situations all the way pretty much back. This, whatever remainder is left of this test route, is majority of it is now going to be meeting situations. So make sure you guys are clued up on your meeting situations and how to deal with them safely. If your test is on a Friday at prayer time, which is a Muslim prayer, then you might find these roads are a lot more busier with a lot more congestion, cars on both sides. So it might be worth coming and practicing that if you do have a lesson on a Friday. Or if you do have your test on a Friday, maybe like a week before, come out at that time and experience it. Experience will always help, whether it's good or bad. Now we're going to be turning left at these lights here. Speed limit has changed to 30. So we're just going to go left here. Now look, it might seem like the test route's coming to an end. And that's where the little surprises in this test route, because it actually feels like it's about to end, but then you realize it's actually you're going around in circles. It all feels like it started all over again. But don't let your guard down yet, guys. I know it feels like a nice straight road. You're coming towards the end of your test and you got a nice straight road. Your guards come down. You think it's over, but then you realize you get caught with something. So don't let your guard down. We're turning right at these lights here. And there we go. We just go around here. And then we're going to be turning right at these traffic lights as well. And this camera seems to have fallen down just a second ago. We've managed to put it back up, but I'll hold it holds until we finish. So guys, with this traffic light, do be careful. If you know what you're doing, great. So I'm just going to show you how I do it. I'm going to wait right in front of the island and just right before the halfway point of this road. So giving enough space to cars from the opposite side to turn left as well, on my left. Okay, so there we go. We're going to be turning right just under this bridge here. Now this turn, there's a sharp bend in front of us. You can see that bend, and now anyone can come around that bend at any speed. So we're just going to get to the point of turn and just check and then go around. And that is because of the view. So make sure you guys are doing that when you're doing this test route. Make sure you're checking your check properly before turning. And then ahead, we're going to be turning left just before the bend here. There we go. Again, nice and steady. Quite busy this road during the day. You can find a lot of cars parked here. Some large vehicles sometimes. Okay, what's this car doing? I was unsure what the car was doing, so I just reduced my speed just to give me time to think and also figure out what is it that they're about to do. We're going to turn left at the end of this road here. I can see the speed limit sign on the road in front of me. It is a 20-mile-per-hour road. That doesn't mean you must do 20. That's the maximum speed limit on this road. We should always drive to the conditions. Now, this is where many people fail their driving test. The whole route goes fine. You're literally 30 seconds away from passing, and you can end up ruining it on this road here. So here you must give way to the oncoming cars. They have priority because the obstruction's on our left side, and we will try and make progress by working our way up when there's a safe gap for us to do that. So we're just gonna do that now. We're just going right. So this is another car coming down. It looks like it's pretty far at the moment. So I'm just gonna see if I can get into a safe gap now. I think he's okay. So he's letting me finish, and he's not being polite. He's actually probably noticed the trucks that are behind me. And there's no gaps for me to go into now, so it was a wise choice by him. But do be careful on that Crawford Street. Many people fail on that road. It's called Crawford Street. Crawford Street is one hotspot where many people fail their driving test, so do be aware of that. Be careful of that, and make sure you're well versed on dealing with that road. Okay guys, we're here back at the test center. So remember guys, the test is not over until your engine is off and you've secured your car. Well, you've secured your car and your engine's off. That's when the test is finished. So I hope you guys enjoyed that drive with me. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please subscribe, like, and comment on what you would like to see in our next coming videos on test routes. We will be offering more videos on actual driving lessons. You'll see in-car lessons as well, how they're done. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Part 3 is coming soon.